No, I'm not at a garage sale. This is my tribute video to the White's Electronics legacy. White's Electronics has been around for almost 70 years. In 1950, they developed a Geiger counter which detected uranium. And soon after that, they realized that these detectorists were wanting to find other types of metals like gold and silver and iron. Of course, we all know about the iron, right? So here we have a Gold Master machine. This probably has a lot of hours on it, and it no longer functions, as you can see. But let's just pop it open here. This machine was serviced in 2004, and it hadn't been updated here, so it takes the bigger batteries there. And this is just awesome stuff. I love these dials, man. I just love dial machines. An analog meter there, and then we have the coil for it right here, 66TR. This is a waterproof coil, kind of flimsy there, on the connector. But that was the days when we didn't really have advanced technology, and the digital age hadn't even come into existence yet. So we got this machine here, Sequoia Master. This one has been updated, so it has the AA batteries right there, and this one doesn't really say the date on it, when it was last serviced at, but this is CM4D model here, and you can see all the open space in here. Just a lot of open space there. They weren't very balanced, very good, but like I was saying before, the technology wasn't really there, and they didn't really know a lot about ergonomics. And this is awesome right here. I love this connector here. Oh, that's better than sex, man. I love that connector right there. That's killer. I fancy some weird things, but this machine is awesome. Look at that battery right there. Yeah. Look at all the open space inside there. See that? A lot of open space, but man, this dial right here is just epic. Right here, look at this. Fine-tuned dial on that. Look at that. Man. Super fine-tuned dial. Analog machine. And it's a Coin Master also. And then we come into the digital age right here, and there are so many models of the Coin Master in between all these four here. And because they just had so many machines, they were always evolving and making highly advanced machines for their days. Okay, this is the Eagle Spectrum. Very expensive machine when it first came out. It was their top of the line machine for a lot of years. It has C batteries in it. It is functioning, but the batteries are dead in it. It got left on. So you can see it no longer has the dials on it, and it has just buttons. So it's a digital machine, and the display on it's just awesome. Very heavy machine though. And the cords on their coils were always very long. So, and then we come into digital age a little bit further. Let's go with the Coin Master. This Coin Master is in the same series as those machines, the two other big blue boxes there. And this machine, all these machines here work. This is just a basic model here, just for like the beginners, an entry-level machine. I don't have any spare coils for this one. That's the only one that I have for it right now. So it takes AA batteries, so it doesn't have any internal big batteries to replace on it. And entry-level machine. Then we have the MX7, which is a non-waterproof MX Sport. These two machines came out pretty much the same year or so, and this one takes AA batteries too. It has a pen light, a battery case for it. You just put the AA batteries inside there. But this is the machine that Jim uses in my videos. He used this same model here. This is not Jim's machine, but he uses a 7-inch concentric coil, or the 7-inch double D coil for his machine. And once I gave him my coil for my MX Sport, I gave him my coil, and he just loved it. So he's just been sticking with the MX7 with that 7-inch coil on it, and he's been doing very, very well still. And this is my MX Sport here. I have thousands of hours on this machine. I have just beat this thing to death, and it's never failed on me. I'm just amazed how long this machine and how much abuse it has taken throughout the years. And I've gotten the most relics from this machine out of any machine that I've ever had. You know, it takes 8 AA batteries, so it does use a lot of batteries in there, but it's balanced fairly good for its time. You know, all these machines serve their purpose. You know, they excel in certain sites, or they excel in certain conditions. And, you know, these are older machines here, but this is a tribute video to their legacy. You know, you're able to notch very simple here on the MX Sport, and you're able to tone the iron down. You're able to adjust the iron audio on there, and that was a pretty big thing, you know, back then when I first got this waterproof. This is basically only coin machine that's waterproof that White's came out with. Then we have the MXT series, or the MX series. It's supposed to be the same series as the MX Sport, but this runs more like an analog machine. It sounds like an analog machine, even though it's a digital machine. But you do have dials down here. What I liked about this machine here, I used this machine for a couple years, just solid. Not this exact model, because I was using my MXT Tracker E series, or my 300. And I've used the DFX, the XLT, the V3X or VX3, and I had a V3 before I had my V3i there. And this machine here is just super awesome, because all the essential controls are just right there at your fingertips. You can adjust everything just within 1 second. And they came out with the multi-tone and the ground grab, the ground balance button right there. That's just a huge thing. And these have triggers on there, and these triggers are just awesome. I love trigger machines. I wish that they still had triggers on these newer machines, just because I love the triggers on them. And here we go with the V3i. The V3i is still a great machine, even though in some of my videos, you know, I kind of bashed the V3i. It's still a good machine, but you know, the technology has advanced so much since they released this machine here. It just, you know, it's outdated, but it still functions great. If you still have a V3i, you know the V3i is a very good machine. So I'm in, let's see which mode. I'm in 2.5 kilohertz here in my test garden. My sensitivity is jacked up all the way. Ground balance here real quick. Okay. This is a test garden, 8.5 inch deep, clad half door. Hit it pretty good there. 90s, 93, 93, 93, 94. And I'll do a plot here. No. 93. 66% possibility of being a coin there. This is a silver quarter with a bunch of iron all around it. 9 inches deep. I'm in single frequency here, so if you put this machine in multi-frequency, it's really hard to know what you're digging up. You know, I usually run this machine in single frequencies most of the time for a lot of hours. I have quite a few. I probably have close to 1,000 hours with this machine here. But this is top of the line. Man, this machine, I have so many coils for it. I have a lot of coils for all these machines, but I didn't bring them out, all of them out. I have lots of pairs of headphones too. I have a whole clothes rack full of White's headphones, just that I've used throughout the years. And I have the headphones for the V3i, the wireless headphones. This is for the V3i, the MXT series. And this coil here, I have thousands of hours on this coil here. And I've put several coil covers on this one and my MX Sport one, and this one right here, I've gone through a couple coil covers on the MX Sport. stock coil there. And this coil, this is my last coil that I bought probably about 4 years ago for the MXT, and it works pretty good. But this one is my favorite coil that White's came out with, because I hunt a lot in dumps, and this thing is just amazing. This little thing just slaughters it in the dumps. You can see it's really abused, but I haven't ever replaced the coil cover on this one here. But this coil right here, the first day that I bought this coil, I had it on my V3i there, and I found an 1854 seated Liberty quarter at the fairgrounds, about 1.5 inches deep in the hard rocks. There's a lot of bottle caps around, so dig those bottle caps up. And I was picking up a lot of bottle caps over in that area. And I have some MX Sport coils here. I've given a couple coils away to in the last year or so to my buddies. And the 300, that goes to the MXT All Pro. And I do have something that is valuable from White's Electronics, and I just want to say thank you, White's, for giving us what you had in your days when you were there. The technology has just evolved into something great. You know, all these machines serve their purpose. They excel in certain areas, and I do have some relics here. This is an original Treasure Hunter shirt, the first edition, and I have some pinpointers here. I have a brand new one in the box here. I'm going to be purchasing a couple more pinpointers this week, brand new, so I have some, so I don't have to go to a different pinpointer. And you know, I have quite a few more at home that were in the back of the closet there. This is my charger for my V3i MXT, and the bags. You know, I used, you guys know that I used the White's bags. You know, I have a lot of bags that I've gone through in this last year, so because I detect every day for a lot of hours a day, and I have a lot of these bags. You know, a lot of memorabilia, and I have quite a few bags for my coils and my detectors, the larger signature series bags. But thank you, White's Electronics, for being there for us when we needed some good detectors. Back in the days, you know, these were some very good options, but technology has advanced so much in the last 2 years, you know, and the White's MX Sport was basically their last machine that really was a big hit for them. But nowadays, you know, these machines are just outdated. You know, I still use them every once in a while, and the MX Sport and the MXT are my backup machines here when I go out on certain sites. And so I do have a lot goes out to White's Electronics from me, because I've spent so much time with White's machines. I really am sad to see them go. And there is a legacy. The most important thing that I have, and the most valuable thing that I have, is right here from White's Electronics. It means a lot to me. I'll always keep this. I'll never get rid of it. Thank you, White's. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.